What's going on, everybody? All right, listen, I'm gonna make you laugh at this. Yeah, I had some time to think about this tonight, and I was laughing because I was talking to somebody that's doing the Amtrak train run from the Northeast down to Florida, and it's strange because AMC was like a trip I did on Amtrak with Benny Mike a long time ago, but it was from Florida up towards New York. It was around that time when that plane crashed down in Florida, and it was a situation where we were down in Florida, so we had to come back up. But obviously, Mike didn't want to get on planes. Funny because at the end of the day, he started, he worked some planes and stuff. Um, but let me tell you the reason why. We get on this plane. It's like a 24-hour thing. Like you get on. We got on this on Orlando. You get on and you just ride the train. You just get a seat. You just ride it hard all night long until the next day, whatever. It's pretty fucking gruesome. Like Amtrak is like a floating prison. Like it's like a county jail, like on tracks. So when we were on the plane, we were hanging out with some of the people that work on Amtrak, which are some cool people because they're just there. It's just like it's. So we're talking to them and stuff, and the only solution I had to like deal with everything, I was like drinking. I was getting drunk because there's no way I was doing Amtrak sober. It's just not. I was younger too, so trust me, I was like I was drinking. Hopefully I can, I thought I was gonna be able to just fall asleep and just wake up and be in New York. But what was funny was that during the flight fucking around, during the train, fucking around, there was, a couple of, oh my God, you don't know all the crazy things that happen on Amtrak. And I'm just drinking. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't give a fuck. I just want to get to New York. And he's like, yo, tonight, I think it was like in Jacksonville. I know it was in Jacksonville or South Carolina where he got on, but they were telling us this guy gets on and he starts doing like these balloon animals like that. This is a giraffe, that type of shit. That's like some deep serial killer shit. Like, who has those skills? Like, where do you perfect them? You perfect them like in a nut house or something. They give you a balloon or something. So anyway, I thought they were fucking with me. They're like, no, when he comes in, he's really scary. He gets off in Philadelphia. So I'm like, that kind of makes sense. No offense to my people in Philadelphia, but nonetheless, a motherfucker like that, where else could he go? So anyway, I'm in the train, whatever, and at a certain point, I was already getting sleepy. I was drinking, was laughing and stuff like that, and I was crash out. I crash out for a bit. I wake up, and all of a sudden, some passengers came on, and the guy that was telling me about the crazy guy that gets on the train, like whatever, like I don't know if does a trip like weekly and stuff like that. So I was like, he's like, that's it. That's the guy with the balloons. So I'm looking at this guy. This guy looks like a half of Willie Nelson, a little bit more stockier. And I'm just looking at him, I'm like, whatever. I didn't think nothing of it, so I just went back. You know that Amtrak or airplane sleep where you're sleeping and your head's going like that? It's just all over the place. But you gotta watch yourself because you don't know. Amtrak, you'll wake up, somebody's touching you in the no-touch zone. And don't even talk to me about eating on Amtrak because that thing is fucking, like, I'd rather starve to death with crackers than eat anything on an Amtrak. Just the idea of like the dining cabinet, I was like, that's fucking disgusting. But anyway, you got that purple chicken in there. But anyway, I digress. So the guy is on the side, he's to my right, a little bit forward. And I'm like, there's no problem, I don't gotta watch him. Benny and Mike are in the back, they're fucking around, they're talking to people and stuff. I'm just like, I'm gonna go to sleep. All of a sudden, as I'm sleeping, I start to hear, this fucking guy, he's like fucking blowing up balloons. I hear them. Then you hear like balloons, balloons you start moving them around like. So I'm looking at this motherfucker, and we got like these little lights. And I'm just looking at this motherfucker in the dark. He's like doing this like balloon type dog or some shit like that. All of a sudden, after he's done doing it, because I'm looking at this motherfucker, he turns around, he's like, it's a giraffe. I look at him like, you crazy motherfucker, okay. I was thinking to myself, you and your fucking balloons better stay the fuck over there. I'm from New York. I don't deal well with crazy. I don't. Motherfucker comes out, start making balloons and shit like that. You stay in your animal balloons. You stay over there. So all of a sudden, I was like, fuck, let me try to get some sleep because that train sound, that shit is like, they should sell that thing as a sound to put you to sleep. So anyway, I start going to sleep. I'm drunk. All of a sudden I start hear, motherfuckers blowing up more balloons. At a certain point, like I don't really give a fuck, but that sound with the balloons rubbing, that shit was irritating me. Like, so he's like, this one's a zebra. I'm looking at this motherfucker. He's looking at me and like, first of all, that ain't no zebra. It ain't got no stripes. It's just red and orange balloons and some shit. But whatever, it's a zebra. So I go to sleep. I let this motherfucker just do his balloons. I crashed out. I didn't give a fuck about his balloons or anything. I fucking wake up about an hour later, and this motherfucker must have like 20 fucking animals all around. Like, this is an elephant, this is a monkey, this is a dog, like that type of stuff. And I'm like, this motherfucker he's a nut job. But I'm like, how fucking crazy could he be? He's making fucking balloons and shit. Like, but then again, you know, I'm drunk. Balloons at like 2 o'clock in the morning on an Amtrak bound for the Northeast. Okay. He starts fucking doing a couple of more balloons, and at a certain point he looks back to me like, they're all my children. They're all my children. I'm like, oh, fuck is wrong with this? But everybody's asleep. They're not hearing it. They're just unconscious. So anyway, I thought everything was gonna be fine. My thing is, as long as that crazy motherfucker stays there, I'm over here, whatever. Everything's fine. But then by then, Benny and Mike, they got tired, so they came up front. So they came in with the seating was they were gonna sit with me, and all of a sudden Benny comes over and he sees all these balloon animals. He don't know who the fuck is making them. All of a sudden he picks up one of them. Like, oh, what is this? What is this, like a dog? This motherfucker, get off my child. That's my children. He starts going crazy. And we're like, yo, chill the fuck out. What the fuck? And Benny like, don't know what the fuck is going on. He starts going crazy. Nobody touches my children. So Benny's like, fuck you, because he don't know what's going on. So I'm drunk trying to stop everything. Like, stop, don't. It's okay. We're not going to hurt your children. He's like, all fucked up. But let me tell you something. The worst shit happened at that moment. I still have it. The worst thing happened at that moment. Benny with the child, I don't know what it was a zebra, giraffe, alligator. All of a sudden you hear, I don't know, the head or the body just exploded. You should have seen this crazy motherfucker. He lost it. He started catching a tantrum. You killed my child, whatever. And in his tantrum, he stepped on a couple of his kids and blew them the fuck up. So I got to the point where we grabbed this motherfucker. Because we're stupid. I'm drunk. Benny and Mike are stupid. So we start fucking grabbing them. And you know how it is. You grab a motherfucker, you shake him. After I throw him a couple of slaps, you're fucking headbutting him. You're fucking trying to hit him with a fucking child, the giraffe. Let me tell you something. AMC is like that Amtrak train. It kept getting progressively worse as we kept getting closer and closer and closer, with the finale where this motherfucker going crazy and his children being slaughtered. At the end of the day, there was nothing but broken balloons. This guy got fucked up. They had to put him, no joke, like at the next stop, they had the sheriff department come on in to like see what happens and shit, because like Amtrak is like, you know, it is federal, but it goes like through counties and shit. So I'm like, I'm fucking gonna get drunk, put in a county lockup with a motherfucker that made balloons. Long story short, this motherfucker, they literally told him, you know, like, if you don't calm the fuck down, we're gonna arrest you, all kinds of stuff. It was fucking crazy. We're gonna get arrested in a fucking town that the sheriff department, when the fucking vehicle came, that shit had like half a light on it. It was like one of those motherfuckers. This is one of those fucking, the fucking children of the corn motherfuckers. Those are the kind of motherfuckers, you take out a banjo, you can fucking take over the town. That's what I fucking feel like with AMC. I wake up every morning, it's like seeing another balloon animal being built. Like, this is what it feels like. Like, I wake up tomorrow morning, there's 25 million synthetics for loan or something. So, just want to tell you, listen, when he got off in Philadelphia, he was all fucked up and lumped up. He had no more balloons left. But when we got to New York, let me tell you something, I was happy. I would never do that. I would never do Amtrak at all. Amtrak's the kind of thing that when you're on it, you think you got to pay bail money to get out. That's a fucking never again. So, 'tis life. So, enjoy your AMC, because sometimes I feel like popcorn's related to that motherfucker. He's like, you'll see, Lou. You will never mistreat me again. It's fucked up. J love, motherfuckers.